Shemai pawb, this Peugeot 208 has already caused the customer enough stress. He had a blowout on the motorway, had the tyre replaced, and then just 8 days later the coil spring snapped and went straight through the side of the tyre. So today we're replacing the spring, checking the corner properly and getting this car back on the road. But for me, this job had a little bit of history. About a year and a half ago, I was doing this spring, and I was just done the top nut up when the whole shock jumped out of my tool and kissed me right between the eyes. Not a gentle kiss either. I ended up in hospital getting it checked and patched back together. When I say I've got respect for this job, I mean it. Not fear, respect. This isn't one of those jobs where I just dive in confidently, take my time and make sure it's done safely. Coil springs are one of those parts most people don't think about until they fail. They're just there, doing their job, holding the weight of the car, taking the bumps, keeping everything sitting where it should. But when they snap, they can do proper damage, like serious damage. Sometimes you might just get a noise, sometimes the car sits unevenly, and sometimes the broken end ends up exactly where you don't want it. That's what happened here. The customer had already had a motorway blowout, which is bad enough on its own. New tyre fitted, problem dealt with, moved on. And 8 days later, the spring snaps and takes out the exact same tyre. That's not just annoying. That's money gone, time gone, and more stress thrown on top. So the aim today is simple. Get the broken spring out, fit the new one properly, check the surrounding area, make sure nothing is sitting where it shouldn't be, and most importantly, do it carefully, because a spring isn't just a bit of metal, it carries load, it stores energy, and if you treat it casually, it can remind you very quickly that you're not in charge. Before taking anything apart, I want to see how it failed, where the spring has snapped, where the broken end has gone, what it's been touching, and whether it's caused any more damage around it. Because the snap spring is the obvious problem, but the obvious problem isn't always the only problem. Suspension work can look really simple on camera. Wheel off, few bolts, spring out, new spring in, job done. But what the camera doesn't really show is the load, the angle, the tension, and the little decisions you make as you go. Every bolt you loosen can change how the corner is sitting. So this is where you slow down and think. And that hospital trip definitely changed the way I look at these jobs. It didn't make me scared of them. It just gave me a very clear memory stored right between my eyebrows. The kind of memory that says, don't rush this, don't get lazy, and don't put your face in the firing line of the shock. As we start stripping it down, the goal isn't to fight the car, the goal is to control the job. They're the big difference. Fighting the car usually means you're rushing, forcing things, or trying to win an argument with the metal. Controlling the job means working through it properly, keeping an eye on what's moving and making sure nothing releases in a way you're not ready for. At this point, I'm watching for two things. First, how the spring is going to come out. Second, whether there's nothing else around the corner that needs attention. Because the customer has already had one tyre ruined on the motorway, then another one damaged by the spring, the last thing he needs is us to miss something obvious while we're already here. Once the old spring is out, we can see how little it takes to cause a big problem. It doesn't have to completely explode. It doesn't have to fall out in pieces all over the road. One sharp, broken section in the wrong place is enough. And when that wrong place is next to the tyre, it becomes expensive very quickly. This is why I always try to look at the job from the customer side as well. To us it's a snap spring, to the customer it's another tyre, another bill, another day rearranged, and another reason to lose confidence in the car. Mechanical failure doesn't just live under the wheel arch, they spill into people's normal lives. Now the new spring can go in. This is where seating matters. The spring needs to sit properly in the position. It needs to locate correctly, and everything around it needs to go back together without any force. If it doesn't sit right now, it can create noise, uneven suspension movement, or another problem waiting quietly for later. This is the difference between changing a part and actually repairing the vehicle. We're not just putting a spring in because the old one snapped. We're checking how it failed, we're checking what is damaged, we're making sure the new one is fitted correctly, and we're making sure the customer isn't left with another little problem hiding in the corner. And I don't mind admitting that some jobs make you more careful. I think that's part of experience. Experience isn't walking around acting like nothing can hurt you. Experience is knowing what deserves respect. This job taught me that a year and a half ago. Today I just had the reminder without the hospital visit. With everything back together, now it's time for the final checks. Is the spring seated? Is anything touching the tyre? Does the corner look right? Is everything tightened properly? These checks aren't the exciting bit, but they're the bit that lets the customer drive away confidently. So that's the snap spring replaced on the Peugeot 208. One motorway blowout, one new tyre, one snap spring through the side of the 8-day-old tyre. Now, finally, one proper repair on the corner, done carefully, done properly, and this time, no hospital visits.